Namaste children, welcome back to social science class. Children, in today's class, let us learn about rivers and Great Lakes of North America. North America has a few large and short rivers. Children, for example, you can see here uh, the Mississippi. Can you see the Mississippi here? The Mississippi and its tributaries. There are many tributaries over here. All the tributaries, they form the great river system of North America. These together drain two-thirds of the area of the continent, and finally they flow into the Gulf of Mexico. And the Missouri, you can see Missouri here. Missouri is another tributary of Mississippi, and other tributaries are Ohio, Tennessee, Arkansas, Nat Plata. They come here only, Nat Plata. The Snake, Fraser you can see here, Columbia, Yukon, Colorado, Yukon, Colorado, Rio Grande, Mackenzie, Nelson, and St. Lawrence. These are other important rivers of North America. The Colorado, Columbia, and Fraser. These are the west flowing rivers and they are short and swift. River Columbia, it flows across the Columbian Plateau. The Colorado River drains into Colorado Plateau and forms the Grand Canyon. And the Grand Canyon is the center for scenic beauty and tourism. The Grand Canyon, it is called as the natural world wonder of the world. The Grand Canyon is called as the natural wonder of the world, and you can see Missouri River and Mississippi River here. And the Canadian Shield is drained by small rivers and they flow into the Hudson Bay. St. Lawrence is another important river of USA and Canada. St. Lawrence. And also it passes through the Great Lakes. It remains frozen for 3 months in a year. And let us see about the lakes. North America has got a number of freshwater and saltwater lakes. They are situated on the southern border of the Canadian Shield. On the southern border of the Canadian Shield, you can see Lake Huron, Lake Ontario, Lake Michigan, Lake Erie, Lake Superior. These are the important rivers. All the three together they are called homes. Homes means Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie and Superior. Lake Superior is the largest of the Great Lakes and is the largest freshwater lake in the world. And in Canada, Lake Winnipeg, it is very important, Lake Winnipeg in Canada. And Great Lakes serve as the important waterways. And let us look into the climate, children. Climate of North America has got a wide range of climate due to its vast latitudinal extent. You all know it has got a vast latitudinal extent. So, and also it has got varied relief features. It includes extreme weather conditions ranging from freezing condition in Alaska and the Greenland to the burning heat in the deserts of southwest USA southeastern Florida, the Caribbean, and Central America. And the eastern half of the North America is more humid. Central and southern regions of the continent are prone to the severe storms, including hurricanes. These are the hurricanes, children, and also tornadoes. And let us now learn about the natural vegetation of North America. The natural vegetation and animal life largely they depend on the climate, soil, and relief features. Due to the great diversity in climate and relief, North America has a wide variety of vegetation. These vegetation belts broadly follow the climatic regions. They are the tundra type of vegetation. So you can see here, children, the tundra type of vegetation. All these are the tundra type of vegetation. And it is found within the Arctic Circle. And it is found in Canada, Alaska, and Greenland. Here, winters are long and freezing, frozen everything, and summers are very short. The only vegetation found here are mosses and lichens. Some stunted flowering plants are grown in summer seasons. The animals which survived in this type of hard and hot conditions are reindeer, caribou, and carnivorous animals like polar bear and Arctic foxes. In the south of the tundra belt lies the cool temperate climate of type of climatic region. And this is the actually it's a belt of coniferous forests. It is a belt of coniferous forests. And coniferous forests are also called as the taiga or the taiga forest. The coniferous forests are evergreen. You can see the picture here. Evergreen and species like pine. Can you see pine here? Pine tree, fir, spruce, birch are found here. And the fur bearing animals are found in this region. For example, lynx, sable, silver fox, etc. And the deciduous type of is found in the east and southeast of the Lawrence River and the Great Lakes. Here, the northern part is cold and southern part of this region remains warm. Winters are cold here and summers are warm and rainfall occurs usually in summer. The trees found here, they shed their leaves in autumn. For example, cypress, oak, ash, and chestnut. The wild animals found here include beaver, black bear, muskrat, porcupine. And the cool temperate climate is found in the parts of USA, and there's a vast grassland between the Rockies and the great river basin, that is Mississippi and Missouri basin. This is known as the prairies, children. This is actually a vast treeless plain. Can you see any tree here in this picture? No, because it's a very vast treeless plain. These are prairies. This plain land is known for wheat cultivation and also animal rearing. So it is called as the wheat bowl or bread basket of the world. And the coniferous and deciduous forests, they are found in the temperate mixed forest. Canada and North California have got such forests. The important trees found here are birch, beech, maple and oak. You have seen already. The southern part of Mexico and the West Indies region have the tropical forests. Mixed forests are also found here with hardwood trees, logwood. The western coast of California experiences the Mediterranean type of climate. The vegetation is typically adjusted to the long summer droughts. So, here olives, oak, cork are found here. And this region is also known for citrus fruits, that is oranges. Citrus fruit it is known as. Okay. And the desert condition is found in the western part of the continent in South California, Mexico, and Arizona. The desert condition is found in South California, Mexico, and Arizona. Different varieties of cactus, you can see here, different kinds of cactus are grown here. These are the desert children. See here, different kinds of cactus. Okay, these are grown here. The typical example of cactus is the Joshua, and desert nights are called winters of deserts. Okay, children, you must at least you must watch this twice or thrice, children, so that you can listen to all the words carefully and then remember. Okay, children, thank you.